Leo rising sign. Who are these individuals? What are their foundational values? Why these people love to be very independent and very competitive? Why these people, they don't like to work under someone else? What are the transformations that are seen through their marriage life? Everything related to Leo rising I'm going to explain you in this video. See, first of all, Leo rising sign or the Leo ascendant, these people are having some kind of ego always present inside them. Because fire represents ego, and whenever you are having fiery ascendant, it represents some kind of ego related problems that are present inside them. Also, secondly, these people are extremely independent in their approach towards life. Like whenever they stuck in some kind of a situation or some kind of a difficult situation, they don't go for help. Like, please help me, please help me. They don't do that thing. Because in that way, their ego will get hurt. So they are having that lion-like of a character. No matter what is going to happen in my life, I will work alone. I must have to be independent, and I will command every other people. So they are having that kind of approach towards life. Also, it becomes very difficult for them to work under someone else. So they like to give orders, do that thing, do this thing, do that thing, this thing. But there is some soft side that is also present inside them, which not many individuals know. And even if you know them very closely, only then you will understand that kind of a soft character. Because from the outside, they are having that kind of a lion or king-like figure. But from the inside, they are having some soft touch as well. That kind of a politeness is always present inside them. Which like maybe their family members or their very like friend circle who are very close to them. So maybe like they know that they are having that kind of a personality. But that soft quality is also present inside the Leo people. Regarding their second house of their family values and their wealth and money, it is ruled by the sign of Virgo. So these people are very efficient or very good in managing their own money, and also very good in managing other people's monies as well. Like, have you seen the hedge fund managers or like mutual fund managers? So they are managing their own money and also managing other people's assets as well. So they are having that kind of analytical approach towards the money and the wealth, like how to generate more and more wealth, how to acquire more and more wealth. Because that nitpicking, that critical thinking is always seen in the second house. Also, their family members, they tend to motivate them to do such kind of things in their life, to acquire some kind of a higher level of position in their life, maybe in any field. So they tend to find that kind of a motivation from their family members as well. Also, like their family members, they are also having that kind of a critical thinking towards every aspect of life. If you are doing this thing, why? If you are doing that thing, why? So that kind of a scenario, it is present inside their second house. Regarding their third house, which is ruled by the sign of Libra. So these people are very well balanced in their approach towards communicating with other people. Also, some kind of a diplomacy is also seen in their communication, which you cannot judge in the first attempt. Maybe after 3rd or 4th attempt, you tend to judge this thing. Oh my goodness, there is some diplomatic and some sarcasm is present inside that level of a communication. Because they know how to get things done. In order to acquire their own chief objective, they maybe like they talk something diplomacy or some kind of a cleverness that is seen in their communication. Also, yeah, like usually these people have like no siblings, but if they are having siblings, so it becomes very difficult for them to maintain a proper relation with their siblings as well, because some kind of a mental agitation and frustrations are always seen with their siblings as well. Regarding their fourth house, it is ruled by the sign of Scorpio, and here the difficult part comes into play. Fourth house represents your home, your homeland, your conveniences in their life, so that it becomes very difficult for them to stay in their homeland for a longer duration of time. Because the sign of Scorpio, it is a negative energy. So a lot of negativity they are acquiring through their homeland or some home members. Like some home members don't like them to excel in the life, so they provide some kind of negative thoughts to them. So then it becomes very difficult for them to like stay in the homeland and still work. So in order to find that level of a success in their life, they must have to move outside from their home country to some other environment. And there, after moving to that areas of the life, they will find that kind of a success, career growth in their life. Otherwise, it becomes very difficult to stay in that kind of a home environment. Regarding their fifth house of their upbringings and their education, these people are very headstrong and they are having that kind of a strong belief system towards the education, like no matter in whichever field they are pursuing their education, but they are having that kind of a strong belief system, like I love this education and I'm willing to take higher educations in my life. Because try to understand one thing, in the first house, fifth house and ninth house, in the trine houses, there is some kind of a fire element, or the energy is present in their 1, 5 and ninth house. So after acquiring lot of knowledge in their life, they tend to become more and more egoistic, and that act as a barrier in their life. Because fifth house, it is ruled by the sign of Sagittarius, and it represents some kind of very wide and very vast knowledge. So these people tend to acquire more and more knowledge in their life, and after acquiring a lot of knowledge, they don't know how to utilize it. Then they become frustrated, because then the creativity is not seen through their fifth house, it is in their ascendant. Like they, if they try to experience the higher level of creativity, it will come from the day-to-day experience, it will not come from their education. But these people, they understand this thing in the later stages of their life, because the sign of Sagittarius, it don't represent any kind of a practicality or the application of the knowledge. The application part, it is seen through your third house and first house, because third house represents your own efforts, so that is seen through that the sign of Libra. But maybe like if you are having that kind of understanding, you will understand this thing in the early stages of your life, so that is very good for you. Also your upbringings, they are also going to be very headstrong and competitive, very competitive. Like I want to become the number one, I want to attain that number one position in my class. They are having that kind of a spirit present inside them. Also regarding their sixth house, which is the house of their enemies, it is ruled by the sign of Capricorn. And here it also become very problematic to manage their day-to-day life, because some kind of hidden enemies, and enemies that are seen through their relationships, or some enemies that are present inside their home and homeland. Maybe like some of their friend or friend circle, they also convert into such kind of an enemy in their life. It become very difficult for them to like find out who are the real friends. Like, okay, you are my real friend, you are not my real friend. So then that judgmental approach, so then they fall into that kind of a trap kind of a situation, and they don't know how to get out of that situation. And also, as I told you, in order to satisfy their ego, they will not go towards any person to please help me or save me. So in that way, sixth house acts as a trap in their life. Also, sixth house represents loan, debt, disease as well. So like after acquiring a lot of loan and debt in their life, their mental peace will go haywire. Then it becomes very difficult for them to sleep well as well. So like I advise you to please do at least meditation and yoga for 10 to 15 minutes on daily basis, if you are Leo Ascendant especially. Regarding their seventh house of their marriage and married life, it is ruled by the sign of Aquarius, and that is Saturn. And on one hand, you can see that is the energy of Sun, and the seventh house, it is the energy of the Saturn. So that kind of a strong energetic bond is somewhere seen in their first and seventh axis. Because the seventh house represents your relationship aspect as well. So you always try to attract that individual in their life who is going to be very analytical. They tend to analyze each and every situation. Also, like they are not like you took some rational decisions in their life. No, they tend to analyze lot of activities, lot of behaviors as well. So that kind of analogy or some kind of analytical figure you always attract in your life. Also, like some kind of a maturity is also seen in their love life. Like especially after getting married, these people, they don't behave in very funny sense or that. So they act as a very professional people. Like, okay, we are married now, so you have to look after that areas of the life, I will look after that areas of my life. So they are having that kind of a professional approach towards the marriage and marriage life as well. Also, it become very difficult for a Leo rising people to sustain or to sustain a marriage for longer duration of time. If you are doing it, please, well done, keep it up, clapping for you. But especially whenever like the Leo, it represents, as I told you, fire represents ego. And that air element in the seventh house, that thing is always try to some kind of air is giving more and more ego inside you. Then you become more and more egoistic. So the relationship part is become very difficult for you. Also regarding the 8th house, which represents sudden ups and downs in their life, here the like these people are having inclination towards learning the mystical subjects as well. Like they are very interested in astrology and these kind of stuff. But these people, they will never agree in front of any other people. Maybe like they are having that kind of a mindset. No, no. But from the inside, they are having that kind of inclination towards looking deep into the dark matters. Oh my goodness, what is this astrologer is saying? But why is saying that thing? So they are having that inclination because the sign of Pisces represents some kind of a deep and dark knowledge, and also it is that water which represents a very depth. So they are having that research oriented eye towards the 8th house activities as well. Also, like whenever they go through the major transformations in their life, they tend to research a lot. Why I am facing such kind of a transformations in my life? What is the positive impact? What is the negative impact in my life? So they are having that kind of a character. Also regarding their 9th house, which represents their belief system, it is ruled by the sign of Aries. And as I told you, fire represents something very strong. So they are having that kind of a strong belief system. Like no matter what is going to happen, I will acquire the PhD degree, or I will acquire that kind of a job, or I will stand that kind of a business in my life. So that kind of a level of competition it is seen in the 9th house. Also through traveling, like from traveling from one place to some another, or some one place to some other place, they tend to experience a lot of transformations in their life. Lot of transformations in their home, and home life is also seen because Mars rule their 4th house and 9th house. So that interconnection between their home and homeland, as I told you, whenever they, in order to achieve success, they must have to move away. So that is through their 9th house. Like from the 9th house, that level of journeys and traveling is seen. So whenever they try to move out to some new places, they will experience something new, and that thing is going to help these people a lot in order to form the new belief systems in their life. Also regarding their 10th house, which is ruled by the sign of Taurus, here the, like as I told you, they don't like to work under someone else, and the main reason behind that saying is that because the 3rd house it is ruled by the sign of Libra, and the 10th house it is the sign of Taurus. So whenever like your 10th house and 3rd house it is ruled by one single planet, it represents like these people have to do their own efforts in their life, because planet Venus is always trying to force their mind, like you have to do your own efforts in order to acquire that kind of a thing. So then it becomes very difficult for them. Like whenever they're trying to work under someone else, they are working hard. So at some point in their life, they will think like my 3rd house is asking me, or something is present in my 3rd house. Like if I'm putting 9 to 10 hours efforts here, why don't I put that 9 to 10 hour effort in my own field? Because the creativity will also support you. The 10th house, the Taurus and the Libra, it represents a lot of creativity as well. So you can do something like startup, or maybe doing, you don't have to work under someone else, because you are having every aspect present inside your birth chart that will guide you to how to start something of your own. So that becomes the challenging part in their life. Also, I have seen a lot of individuals that are Leo Ascendant around 50 or 60 years of the age, still doing job, still not satisfied. That is why, because the fire in the 1, 5 and 9th house, if you work under someone else, it means you are destroying your trine houses. If you are destroying your trine houses, it means you are destroying your ego or your higher self. So that thing is usually seen. Regarding their 11th house of the incoming gains, again it is ruled by the sign of Gemini. And both the houses, both the monetary houses, 2nd house and 11th house, it is ruled by the Mercury. So that kind of energy, that circulation of money is always seen. Like they tend to spend that money over here, that money over here, that money over here. Also the incoming gains, they tend to acquire more and more from multiple sources of income. Because here it is the air element, and Gemini represents a lot of communication as well. Maybe in their professional friend circle, some person guide them to, okay, you must have to do that kind of a startup, invest your money here, you will gain a lot of money. So that kind of things are also seen in their life. Also real estate is become one of the biggest source of income in your life. Like if you find any opportunity, then please go for it. Because the Mars in the sign in the 4th house, like real estate and the especially builders, these kind of activities are also seen with this placement. Also regarding their 12th house, which is ruled by the sign of Cancer, it represents some kind of a deep and dark emotions. I told you now they are having that kind of a soft touch present inside them, and that is seen through their 12th house. Because 12th house is also your personality, that is your second personality. The first personality that is seen from your ascendant. And whenever you are moving away from one place to another, then you behave more like a 12th house character. Like whenever they try to move one here to there, then they become more and more emotional and sensitive. Also, they are very much connected with their expenses or expenditure as well. Like their expenses are totally based upon their emotional well-being. If they are emotionally doing well, they will spend a lot of money. Or if they are emotionally not doing well, maybe they will save money. So that emotions part is in connection with their expenditure house. So that's it guys from my side in this video. If you have any queries regarding your astrological birth chart, regarding your planetary placement, career, marriage timings, maybe any business query, share market, stock market consultation, please contact me at my mail ID guys. I will respond you back within 48 hours after receiving your email. So till then, if you haven't subscribed my channel yet, subscribe it below and hit the like button. I will meet you very soon in the next video. Bye bye and take care.